And the truth shall be told when I drink. Yes, I'm drinking. And I decided to come on YouTube because only when I drink the truth comes out. Well, no, not really. I'm really an honest person, but maybe more of a blunt person when I drink. Okay, so this is what I've noticed, right? I have been cooking more for my family for these, like, I think past 2 or 3 weeks. And can I tell you, anybody who is dieting, exercises, who just had weight loss surgery and is cooking for their family and doing what they have to do, unlike me, because I was just so focused on my weight loss, and I was just like, I told my husband, take care of it, you know, I'm like, you know, I have one thing in my head or whatever, and I'm going to lose this weight. So, of course, I've talked about this in the past, about me feeling so selfish and leaving, I guess, my family or whatever, you know, not doing what I was supposed to do for those 8 months or whatever for my family. So now, 3.5 years out, now that I am doing it, now that I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to do, what are you doing?
Hello! Hi!
Leave me doing my video, go away. Anyways, so distracted. He just came, but I have dinner served for him, which is a miracle because now I'm supposed to be doing what I have to do. And he was supposed to be here at 11. No, he was supposed to be here at 6 o'clock, right? Which gets me so pissed off. This is what makes me not cook at all. He was supposed to be here at 6, I think at 6 or 6:30 from his job. What time is it? 8:11, right? So then I go on bitch mode, and then I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna freaking cook no more because you know what? Now I'm doing what I have to do, and you're not here to freaking eat. That pisses me so off. But anyway, back to what I was saying. This is Kahlua, by the way. I think I like to drink and eat. No, I think I like to drink and cook while I think I like to drink and cook at the same time. So, I don't know whether you want to call that a transfer addiction or not. Not that I do it every day. I would probably say 2 or 3 times a week, maybe. Anyway, that's just me admitting my own faults, but it is what it is, right? I'm real, I'm honest, or whatever. Okay, so back to what I'm saying. So for the last 2 weeks, right, I think I got a fill like 3 weeks ago. So for the 2 weeks that I had my fill, I was like, okay, this fill is not working, I have to get another fill, but somebody convinced me otherwise. Wendy, thank you. She was like, oh, weigh it out or whatever, maybe it'll change. And I was like, you think so? You think after 2 weeks or a week it'll make a difference? I didn't think so. I don't think I've ever experienced that. Maybe 1 week, yes. 2 weeks, no. So, or maybe I just forgot about it since it's been so long ago, since I've actually had restriction. So, okay, the first 2 weeks I was eating normally. It was like back to where I had the fill. And I was just eating normally or whatever. Nothing was stopping me. I think for the first 2 or 3 days, I was cautious. 3 or 4 days, I was cautious. So the 4th day, I was like, okay, you know, let me see what I can eat and stuff like that. So nothing was holding me back, and I was still able to eat whatever I wanted, like way before the fill. So I have to tell you, week 3, oh my goodness. I don't know whether I like this or whether it's just like, I'm like, Melanie, you're just repeating yourself when you were back to 6 cc's, that whenever you wasn't supposed to eat whatever you wasn't supposed to, you would throw up your food. So now I'm back to that level, okay? If I am eating something that I'm not supposed to, today, what did I cook? I enjoy cooking, right? And my mom gets pissed at me or whatever because she's like, Melanie, why are you not eating? And I tell her all the time, Ma, I just get satisfied with like tasting food or whatever and like just picking or whatever. So by the time like the actual food comes to like get served or whatever, I won't eat because I'm just like, I'm tasting or whatever like what I'm cooking. So I'm like, I'm not hungry anymore. So she gets pissed at me. She says, oh, Melanie, you don't eat your own food and stuff like that. I'm like, it's not my fault. I'm like, I'm tasting. I'm like, Ma, you have to realize, because I did tell her that I get a fill, even though I told you guys that I'm not going to tell her, but I did tell her, because she gets pissed at me. So, whoever's doing it, whoever's cooking for their family and exercising and doing what they have to do, I give you guys mad fucking props. Seriously, I do, because that is so freaking hard to do. So since I got a fill, I've been trying to eat what I normally eat, and can I tell you, I've been just like throwing it right back up. Today, I ate I cooked bistec with tostones, which is steak and plantains, right? Because I'm Puerto Rican or whatever, this is what we eat. So, of course, I'm going to cook for my family. I'm going to cook what they enjoy and stuff like that, even though it's loaded with oil. So I'm just going to cook what they want or whatever. So today I had not even probably a quarter of steak and probably 1 or 2 tostones, which is plantains.
Well, that was not me.
So that was it. That's all I ate.
The salad was not me, that was mommy.
I threw it up. Okay, so that just goes to show you how much of restriction I had. So ask me, before the 3 weeks, I didn't have anything. I could eat bread, I could eat this, I could eat that or whatever. So 3 weeks into the fill, bam, it just freaking kicked in. So this is what I'm saying. Do I secretly like this? Maybe yes, because this is the kick in the ass that I needed because I was in whatever mode. But then again, I'm like, okay, I can't eat, I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do, and I'm really restricted and stuff like that. This is what I didn't want, you know what I'm saying? When I was in maintenance, and I was like, I'm not gonna go back into this, I'm not gonna freaking throw up, So it's just, I guess I'm confused between the two. I do secretly like it because I was probably out of control. Can you blame me? 3.5 years out, I want to become normal. I want to eat probably like a normal person. I don't know. And then a kick in the ass for myself because staying that 3.5 years, my lap band is still working, and if I go to the doctors and get restricted, it's gonna do what it's gonna do. I give it mad props because I said it way back then. I'm like, if I could probably go back in time, I would probably get VSG, but then I go back to this time. Babe, I'm talking.
Wait, want me
All right, babe, I'm talking. So I just say, yeah, I probably want to get VSG and stuff like that, but then I go back into the time where I'm experiencing now, and where I'm like, okay, I'm 3.5 years out. I went to get a full adjustment, and it's freaking working, I'm like, I'm restricted again, and I'm not able to eat certain types of food. So then again, I'm like, which one would I prefer? Just some food for thought. Anyway, that's it. A couple of shout outs. I'm sorry, Kat, that I wasn't able to attend Matt's birthday. My son is sick. He's in the background actually. He's mad hyper, and he'll probably be in the freaking utilizer or whatever in a couple of minutes. He is actually sick. He has asthma. So I'm sorry, Kat. Amy, I owe it up to you because you told me you wasn't going and you actually did or whatever. So I'm sorry we didn't go. But that's it for now, guys. Alright, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.